Hey friends. So what I want to do in this video is give you an introduction to some of to one of the main sort of the main themes of the course, right? So we're organizing this course around what I'm calling the Cartesian package. So what is that exactly? Well, it's a set of ideas that go together, that we find them in Descartes' work. We find them elsewhere too, right? We can find traces of them in Plato and in Augustine, as predecessors, and in a number of folks as successors to Descartes. But I think these are four ideas that are strongly represented in the Western philosophical tradition, and by extension, the Western cultural tradition. So what are they? Well, there are four of them, right? As I've mentioned. First, that minds are disembodied. Second, that we are absolutely free. Third, that we are rational. And fourth, that we are asocial. What do these mean? Let's go through them one at a time. First, minds are disembodied. For Descartes, we're going to see that he maintains that minds are a distinct substance from bodies. So in other words, your mind is as different from your body as, you are different from your friend, right? They're two separate things. Right? So the mental stuff, right? The mental substance, your mind, your soul, is conscious and not extended, whereas your body is not conscious but extended. And extended here means takes up room in space. So that's the first one. Minds are disembodied. Second, that we are absolutely free. So what does this mean? Well, it means that we are not determined in any way. So in other words, imagine you could rewind your life, right? Rewind the tape of your life and play it again. So for Descartes, to be absolutely free means that when we play the tape of your life a second time, we can have different outcomes. Or in other words, we can have the same past, but have different futures, right? So that's what we mean here by we are absolutely free and not determined. Third, that we are rational. So what does rational mean in this case? Well, Descartes contrasts it, we might think, with emotions. Emotions are these bodily phenomena, right? In fact, Descartes wrote another treatise on this called Passions of the Soul. But our passions are bodily phenomena that have this mental element to them. But when we are thinking, right? When we are trying to do science, when we're trying to figure out our way in the world, that is completely separate from emotion, right? Emotion doesn't have anything to do with rational thinking. Right? So that's what Descartes means by rational in this case. And finally, that we are asocial. Now, I just want to make a quick distinction. Asocial is distinct from antisocial. Antisocial is a psychological diagnosis, meaning that somebody is, fairly hostile towards others, right? Antisocial behavior are behaviors that, get you kicked out of social settings, right? Like punching other people. Right? What we mean by asocial is that our sociality, the fact that we are social organisms, that we're cultural organisms, this is not essential to who we are and to what we are. So in other words, our being clustered together into societies, into cultures, this is accidental. This is not necessarily a part of what makes us human. So those are the four themes that we're going to be revolving around for the rest of the course, and we're going to explore them in more detail in this module. Looking forward to exploring these with you guys.